welcome back to M Threads, and today we're going to be making this beautiful keychain banana. As you can see, we've got the peelings going on down the sides. We've got three nice ways of doing this. It's actually quite simple, so we'll go through that together. All right, let's make this bite-sized keychain banana and get straight into it. Now for this, you're definitely going to need a 1.9mm hook. You'll also need some 4-ply cotton yarns, white or just off-white, depending on what you have. White is completely fine. Then you'll need some dark brown for that little piece at the end, and then of course your yellow. And you can have various I guess colors of yellow as well that you can use for the banana. And then what you will also need is a tapestry needle to weave in those ends, and you will also need a pair of cutters and some fiber filling as well. This is all I had to demonstrate right here, but we'll be using fiber filling as well with this. Okay, let's do it. All right, so with your 1.9mm hook as well as your white 4-ply cotton yarn, we're going to start by making a magic ring. So you guys should be fairly familiar now with this magic ring. We've had many tutorials on it, and I hope you've got it. If not, check those tutorials out. It's in the beginner tutorials playlist for crochet beginners. Okay, so we're going to now, in this magic ring, make 6 single crochet stitches. So here's number 1. And by the way that I crochet is I go yarn under and then yarn over. So that's what I do the entire time, yarn under, yarn over. So I'm going to make these 6 single crochet stitches inside my magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6 right here. And then we're going to close up the magic ring by pulling this tail just like that, and we are going to be crocheting in a spiral. Now for those of you who have never crocheted in a spiral before, fear not, there's nothing too difficult about it. It's just you have to keep an eye on where those stitches for each round start and finish. So this technically here, as I enter my hook into this beginning stitch for that first round, is now going to be the beginning stitch for my second round. And in my second round, what we're going to do is the following. We're going to do 2 single crochet stitches followed by an increase. So this here is my first in the second round. So 1, then I'll come in here, and this is my second single crochet stitch. Then over here, I'm going to make an increase. So 1, same stitch, make another single crochet stitch right there. And then let's just repeat. So 1, 2, and finally finish on an increase. 1, and in the same stitch make that second single crochet stitch, and that there, guys, is the end of the second round. Now in the third round, we're going to be making 3 single crochet stitches this time. So 1, 2, and 3, followed by an increase, 1 and 2. By the way, if you wanted a big banana or a bigger banana, feel free to use up to a 3mm hook. So this is something that I have here. It's a 3mm hook. Feel free to use something like this if you want a little bit of a bigger banana, and you can use that for 4-ply cotton yarn. That's probably the maximum hook size that I would recommend you using if you wanted to make a bigger size. All right, let's repeat that again to finish round 3. So we need, what do we need? We need 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, and 3 right there, followed by finally our last increase for the third round. So 1 and 2. There we go. So that's the third round all done right there. Now in the fourth round, and it's another increase round, so we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, number 4, followed by an increase. So 1 and 2, and we're going to repeat that again. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by, of course, an increase, and this will finish off our round number 4. We should now have 12 single crochet stitches in this entire round. Okay, so for round number 5 now, guys, it's fairly simple. We're still doing increases, but this time we're going to do them more frequently. So in round number 5, we're going to do a single crochet stitch followed by an increase, and repeat that 6 times. So single crochet, increase, that's number 1 done. single crochet again, followed by an increase, 1 and 2. That's number 2 done. Single crochet, increase. That's the 3rd time we've done that. Single crochet and increase for the 4th time, 1 and 2. Then here's the 5th time, single crochet and increase. And finally, single crochet stitch and increase as our last increase in the 5th round. Now what I would suggest to do, if you haven't used a stitch marker before or don't have one, this is all you need to do. Super easy. Just cut some extra yarn, preferably a different color though, and then just weave it, not really weave it, but lay it over the top just before you enter the hook into your first stitch of the next round. So this is going to be my first stitch right here, so I'm going to have my yarn just lay over the top of that, and then my yarn go inside that stitch right there. I'm just trying to get it untangled from this, and then here, this is my now yarn stitch marker, so it's perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do for rounds 6, 7 and 8, so that's 3 rounds, we're just doing single crochet stitches, and we have 18 in the round, so that's rounds 6, 7 and 8, 18 single crochet stitches. So I'll let you guys do that, and then we'll come back once we've finished round number 8 together. Alright, so we've just finished round number 8, and here's my little yarn marker, so I'm going to move that to the top over here because we are about to now start rounds number 9. So what I'm going to do here is it's fairly simple, but there are a few different techniques that we have to learn, okay? So the first is we're going to make an invisible decrease. So for an invisible decrease, you want to work in the front loop first, then in the front loop of the second stitch, then pull the yarn through and then finish it off. So pull the yarn through those 2 loops on the hook. Now that you've done that first invisible decrease, I want you to make another 8 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 8. Now in this very next stitch, we're going to make an increase, so 1 and 2, and then we'll finish off by making 7 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So we still have 18 single crochet stitches in the round. We're just making a little bit of shaping. All right, so what we want to do now is make another 2 rounds. So this is the next couple of rounds. So next 2 rounds are going to be 18 single crochet stitches. Also, you feel free to move that stitch marker as well, or your yarn marker as it is. So we're going to move it across here. Sometimes it can be a little bit fiddly, but no problem. You'll get used to it very quickly. Now, once you've got that yarn marker in, and if you don't need to use one, feel free not to use one at all. We're going to have, for the next 2 rounds, just 18 single crochet stitches in those 2 next rounds. So we're going to come back together once we finish those 2 rounds now. So we've just finished round 11 now. I'm just finishing it right now. And now we're on to round number 12. So for round number 12, feel free to again move that yarn marker. Round number 12, we're going to be making the following. So just follow along. We'll make 10 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, followed by an increase. So 1 and 2. Then another 4 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by a decrease and 1 single crochet stitch. There we go. All right, so we have now finished round number 12, and for round numbers 13 and 14, again, move that stitch marker if you feel like it. For 13 and 14, we're just making 18 single crochet stitches in those 2 rounds. So 18 for the first, this is my 4th and 5th, and then 18 for the second, and we'll come back after those 2 rounds together. And this here is the end of my 14th round. This is my last stitch in the 14th round, or technically the 18th stitch. But notice how I haven't yet completed it. And it's because I'm not going to pull the white yarn through those 2 loops on the hook. This is actually where we're going to change yarn colors to yellow. So here I've got my yellow yarn, and I'm just going to put it underneath, hold it still, and bring the yarn through those 2 loops on the hook. Then I'm going to pull the white and the yellow yarns together, and then from here, this is where we really need to pay attention, because this is probably all this yellow that we're doing now, including the leaves, is something that you probably haven't done before. So just keeping an eye on what you're doing is going to be absolutely beneficial for you. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to work in the front loops only. Okay, so just the front loops, and we're going to be doing the following. Weave in these 2 yarn tails as you go by leaving them on top of the hook. So what you want to do is you want to make 2 single crochet stitches first, 1, and don't forget we're just working in the front loop. Here is number 2. Now after we've done that, we're going to make a slip stitch, and we are not going to weave these yarn tails in anymore, but we can sort of cut them off. Or you can just leave them if you feel free to leave them there. And we're coming in the very next stitch, front loop stitch right there, and we're going to make a slip stitch. So a slip stitch is just you pull the yarn loop through the loop on the hook. So there's that slip stitch right there. Now from this point we are going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and feel free to pause the video at any point if I'm going a little bit too fast, and then press play once you're done that as well. Okay, from here we are just going to be making single crochet stitches all the way down the length of this chain, starting in the second loop from the hook. So here's the second loop from the hook, and here's our first single crochet stitch, followed by our second, third, so there should be 11, fourth, 5th, and don't forget to kind of pull this out so that you don't lose any stitches, and you'll be able to see them as you go around the second time. Here we go, we're continuing on with our single crochet stitches down the length of our chain, almost there. We actually have to do this 3 times anyway, so it's good to get used to it. Here, and coming the right way, so make sure you get the right direction as well. Right there, perfect. All right, in the very next front loop we are going to make a slip stitch. So here is the slip stitch, and then in the next 2 front loops we're just making 2 single crochet stitches. So notice how we have used over here 6 lots of front loop stitches here, and we have 18 in total in the round. So we are going to literally just repeat what we've done here another 2 times for our banana. So I'll let you guys do that. Just remember, starting you off, you've got 2 single crochet stitches first in the front loops, always those front loops for right now, then a slip stitch, then chain 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, working all the way down here with 11 single crochet stitches, followed by a slip stitch, single, and then repeat one more time, and we'll come back together once we've finished that. There you go, guys. So now we have 3 lots of this, and it's not looking like a banana peel just yet. So we need to fix these up, and that's what we're going to do right now. So this is probably the most attention to detail part that you need to be aware of. So this here is right here is the last stitch that we finished with. Then in this stitch here we're going to make a slip stitch. So just make a slip stitch, super easy, done. Now from here we're going to wrap the yarn around and come into the very first, technically back portion of the chain, and we're going to come into there and make a double crochet stitch just like that. So that's 1 double crochet stitch right there. Now we're going to make another 7. So here's number 2. Hold on, I'm just stepping on yarn. So here, right here is number 2, double crochet, number 3, number 4, number 5, we'll do this slowly. Pause the video if I'm too fast though. Number 6, number 7, number 8. So that's 8 double crochet stitches. Then we have a half double crochet stitch, pull through all, one more half double crochet stitch, pull through all, and then in the very last loop right here, we're going to make a single crochet stitch, just like that. And then we're going to come into this next stitch over here and make another single crochet stitch, followed by 1 chain. And the next part is called a picot stitch. Now a picot stitch is where you come into the side. So technically it's going to be the side portion of that single crochet stitch, as you can see here. Then we'll make a slip stitch to finish off that picot stitch, just like that. All right, and then from here, we're going to make a half double crochet stitch. There we go. One more half double crochet stitch, followed by double crochet stitches all the way down. 1, how many have we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Wonderful. So we've just finished that now. We're going to skip this slip stitch, skip that slip stitch. Then we're going to skip this stitch as well. And then from here, we're going to make a slip stitch in the next stitch. So there's our slip stitch. Make another slip stitch. Then skip, skip, and directly here, we will do the exact same thing. So remember, we have 8 double crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Half double is next. Another half double crochet. And finally, in the last loop at the back end of your chain, a single crochet stitch. Then come over to the other side, the first single crochet stitch right there, and make a single crochet stitch. Chain 1, come into the side portion of that single crochet stitch, and see, that's technically the front loop of that single crochet stitch there, and this is the side sort of post. Then we'll make a slip stitch to finish off that picot stitch, just like that, and then half double crochet stitch in the very next stitch, just 1. Make another half double crochet stitch in the next stitch, and now make our 8 double crochet stitches all the way down. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and finally our 8th double crochet stitch just there. Now remember, we're going to skip this stitch, skip this one to make a slip stitch right here in the 3rd, make another slip stitch in the 4th, and repeat now. So you'll start with a double crochet stitch straight into this section right here. Now I'm going to leave you guys from this point till you complete all down here. Remember, you'll skip, skip, slip stitch to finish that off. Maybe we'll do the slip stitches together. All right, so we've just finished our 8th double crochet stitch right here. We're going to skip, skip, make a slip stitch right here, and now we need to connect to the next back loop, because remember, now we're in the back loops. So I'm going to just directly connect, I guess. Where is that back loop? Maybe it's over here. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do, starting from here, this is where we're going to start the very next round. So in the very next round, we are going to work in the back loops only, and we are going to make 18 single crochet stitches. So here's number 1. Number 2, you're going to keep going all the way around. So here's number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 3 more to go, 16, 17, and finally number 18, just right there. Perfect. Now this is our first stitch of the next round, and this is what we're going to do now. So we're going to make 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 8. Now we will make an increase in the very next stitch. So 1 single crochet stitch, 2 single crochet stitches right there, and then another 9 single crochet stitches to finish this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and number 9. Now we do have 19 stitches now in the round, but that's okay because we're going to decrease very soon. So in the next 2 rounds, we're going to have 19 single crochet stitches in those rounds. So remember, that's for the next 2 rounds. Don't forget to use a stitch marker if you need, or a yarn marker. I've done 2 so far, and we're going to keep going around till I've made 19 single crochet stitches for 2 rounds. Alright, so we've just completed those 2 rounds of 19 single crochet stitches. In the very next round that we will now begin, we've got 15 single crochet stitches first. So 1, 2, and I'll go a little bit faster, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, we're going to now make an invisible decrease. So remember, I did promise we're going to go back to a decrease right here. So invisible decrease, front loop, pull the yarn through, and there we go. And we'll just finish off with 1 more single crochet stitch. Now we have 18 single crochet stitches in the round. All right, so now for the next 1 round, we just have 18 single crochet stitches all the way. That's all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And we'll finish that when you have 18. All right, so we've just finished those 18 single crochet stitches now for that round. And in the very next round, we're going to be doing the following. So we want to work 8 single crochet stitches first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 8, followed by an increase, 1 and 2, followed by 7 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, followed by a decrease to finish that round, just like that. And for the very next round, you will be making, see how we've got this sort of semi-curve there? It's perfect. Now we're going to do 18 single crochet stitches in the next round, so I'll let you guys do that and we'll come back after those 18. 3, 4, etc. All right, so from here you can actually either do 1 decrease and then for your banana up with fiber filling, or fill it up with fiber filling right now. I'm going to do one more round before fiber filling. So what I'm going to do is make a single crochet stitch first, then an invisible decrease, and I'm going to repeat that a total of 6 times until I have 12 single crochet stitches in my round. So single crochet followed by a decrease. That's the second time I've done it. This here will be, make sure you get into those front loops. The third time, single crochet, decrease for the fourth time, single crochet, decrease for that fifth time, single crochet, and final decrease for the sixth time. Now we have 12 stitches in the round, and now this is the part where I'm going to fill up my banana with fiber filling and get it right at the top there. Use a pair of cutters or a hook or something to like kind of push it in and condense it as much as possible. All right, so from here what you can do is just make one round of 12 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, coming up, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and number 12. All right, so we've got some decrease rounds now coming. So the first decrease round will be the following. You'll have 4 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by, of course, a decrease. Just one invisible decrease like so. And then repeat again. 1, 2, 3, and number 4, followed by an invisible decrease. Perfect. So now we have 10 single crochet stitches in the round. Now we're going to do another decrease round, so 3 single crochet stitches this time, 2 and 3, followed by a decrease, and repeat. 1, 2, 3, and an invisible decrease right here. Perfect. So now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 single crochet stitches in the round. Now don't forget to fill up with fiber filling as you go, because this gap here is going to get smaller and smaller. We've got a couple more decreases to go, only one more with the yellow, and then we're going to do one with the brown. So let's add some fiber filling first, and then we'll come back to finish off the last round in yellow. Alright, so we've filled it up with fiber filling, and now we are on to the next lot of decrease rounds. Final one in the yellow. So we've got 2 single crochet stitches first, 1 and 2, followed by a decrease. And then just repeat. Whoopsie, gotta get all of that yarn. 1, 2, and we're going to do this as a decrease, invisible decrease still, but before we pull the yarn through these 2 loops on the hook, this is where we're going to change the yarn color to dark brown. So I've got my dark brown color right here, which is perfect, and then we're going to just weave it through just like that. So once we've changed the yarn color to brown here, I'm just going to push in the 2 other yarn tails that I've cut and push them in. And now all we're going to do is make, so we've done 1 single crochet stitch here. We're going to make another 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and remember it has 6 rounds, so I'm going to finish right here. Sorry, not 6 rounds, 6 stitches in the round. So there we go. And now we have one more round of 6 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now all we need to do to finish this off is in the very next stitch, just make a slip stitch that will kind of even out the leveling, and then just pull a yarn tail, cut roughly about 10 centimeters worth, add any more fiber filling if needed. Alright, so now that I've added just a little bit more fiber filling into that to fill it up as best as possible, now I'm going to grab my tapestry needle and then weave the yarn tail through the eye of that needle. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work in the front loops of all the remaining stitches. So here's the first right there, the second, and I'm going to go all the way around till I've made my way all the way around, pretty much around that spiral, just like that. And now, can I go into this one? We'll see. Now we'll pull it. Yeah, perfect. We'll pull it just like that. And now all I'm going to do is insert my needle into the center of that and then just come out anywhere in the body, doesn't really matter where, and then pull it to close it even more. Nice. And then we're just going to weave it through kind of the fiber filling on the inside so that we can really keep it there in place. 1, 2, maybe do like 3 times and then we're good. Here's number 3. Okay, so that should be woven a few times now around the fiber filling to keep it nice and snug and secure. And now all that's left to do, now we wove these in, I do remember, for the first 2 stitches, so I'm just going to insert it into the body to hide, and that should just get rid of it very nice and simply. If you wanted to, you could leave a longer yarn tail for these 2 yarn pieces, then weave it into the body just like I'm doing now, except you'd have longer yarn tails, and then just weave it through here, for example, and then you'd have longer yarn tails here so you could tie them together in a double knot and then just insert them back inside the body. But I don't have enough yarn to do that, and for demonstration purposes only, we'll leave it as is. So now you can kind of see where the curve of the banana sort of feels. So you've got this round sort of area here, you've got the curve there, and you've got these leaves over here, which are just the peelings of the banana. And you can add a keychain to the top or to the bottom, depending on what you like. And there we go. There are our beautiful banana keychains that you can make and add to your bag or your whatever it may be. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.